Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
What are you wearing?
A Canadian tuxedo. And I'm a hockey player. Let's go Blues.
Hawaii Blues fan, we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Presented by Scott Credit Union. Your St.
BlueNote fan report. Hey everybody, it's Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and this is the Saturday edition at 12:30 in the afternoon Hawaii time of Blues Hockey Reaction Show. Yes, it is. It's time for me to sit back, watch Blues hockey, and be just as disgusted as you are. I am not a happy camper. JJ, I'll be in and out. Online shopping for a new refrigerator. Get that cold to go. Hey, by the way, Sister JJ has been really nice. And in 2 weeks, the Minnesota Wild are going to be back in St. Louis. JJ has 2 pair of tickets that he's willing to give away. So what I'm going to do is sometime in the next week, somebody's going to impress me with a comment or something like that. And I'm going to give them the tickets. The more you comment, the better your comment. Something that impresses me will get you the tickets. You say something that makes me go, wow, and you got the tickets. And with the trade deadline coming up next Saturday, or Friday, the 9th, whatever it is, the 9th, Saturday, I mean, you can come up with something, guys. You can absolutely, positively come up with something. And it's simple. It's going to be simple this. Right? I'm hearing so much bullshit right now. Somebody reached out to me today. I ended up pissing him off, but he told me that there are 2 teams talking to the Blues about Buchnevich, the Oilers and Vegas. And the Oilers are often a first, a prospect, and the CC. Well, first of all, if I'm going right off the bat, no. Right? No. And then the guy telling me who the prospect is, and he's a defenseman, and he said, oh, this guy's going to be really, really good. The guy's already got 79 games in the league and has 11 points. 11 points in 79 games and is a -2 or something like that. It's not. And then he tries, telling me about his AHL numbers, and I'm like, come on, you can't compare the two. I mean, you look at Gaudette. Gaudette's got 30 goals. He came up with us and couldn't score, to save his nushies. Gaudette's been up numerous times and has not done nothing at this level. Right? You can be that guy in the AHL and not be that guy in the NHL. And that's absolutely how I feel. Guido, Jason McMillan, thank you. Hopefully, it looks like Facebook's starting to come in and I haven't been blocked. So here's what's going on. There's an issue with Facebook's copyright logarithm. And they are copyright protecting or hitting a bunch of people, saying that there's stuff in their things that are copyright protected when they're not. So what will happen is, from what I've realized is basically you guys still can watch, but you can't comment. Well, when I see it go all zeros, I'm going to stop Facebook and restart it. So if that happens, just look for the new start and then like it again. Right? Just keep liking the shows. Keep watching the shows that way. I know it is 5:30 in St. Louis. And kind of early on a Friday, Saturday night. So a lot of people aren't going out. Some people might be going out to see Dune tonight. I can't blame you. I'm hoping to go see it today or tomorrow. We waited almost 2 years, year and a half for Dune 2 to come out. I'm really interested to see. I really want to see this. I want to see how they continue it on. I've seen the programs. 4:30. Okay, I'm a little off. Yeah, daylight savings is coming back up to where you're going to be on a 5 hours again. It used to be like April and I want to say like October. So you had a longer period of this daylight savings time. And now it's just so short, it's not even funny, right? They're talking about the BlueNote cup out at Centene. This is why you remember that stuff a while back about Centene going under. Take a look. This is not like a special. It's a special event, but Centene during the winter is heavily like this. There's always things going on. Thanks. Thank you, Sister JJ. Greatly appreciate it. Maryland, I used to fish. I used to absolutely fish where Centene is now. That used to be part of the river. The river kind of cut through that area, right? The Army Corps of Engineers in the late 80s, early 90s came in and filled that all in. And that's where they ended up building the casino out there. And for a while, the river, you had to go under. In order for the casino, it had to go under, and now it has to be within a certain distance of the river. So they kind of changed how it was and redid it. But yeah, I used to fish out there. I lived 3 miles from there, 2 miles from there, something. I mean, really close, actually. Come on, where is everybody today? Am I just gonna say fuck it and go away? Where's all the commenters and all of that? Did you all run away? Did I not share it in enough groups? Did I screw something up? Come on, where's everybody? I don't know, man. Let me see. Thank you, E. I appreciate it. Oh. Well, that's great, man. That's absolutely great. Well, thank you. Thank you. That is the world famous Dog Beach on Hickam Air Force Base. Well, Joint Base Hickam Pearl Harbor now. Not really. Not that I've heard. I don't expect all of them to be here come Friday, come next Saturday. I do expect a prospect to get traded. I really do. I don't know who's going to be traded. I have an idea of who I think could be traded, like Gaudette. I don't think Gaudette's going to be here. Right? I really don't. I don't see Kaepernick being here. I don't see Blaze being here. I don't see Sonny being here. But in all actuality, what are you going to get? Right? And that's the problem, what you're going to get. Now, I could see us being part of a 3-team deal. I really could. But again, like that last trade that went out, the one from with the Flames, New Jersey got nothing out of the deal but like a 6th-round pick, right? And then they're helping out the deal by sucking up 25% of a contract. You know, and that, like, they got screwed in the deal. They helped facilitate the deal, and the best they got was a 6th-round pick. 6th-round picks don't get you anything. Yeah, I don't see Sonny re-signing here. Do you think he fits? I don't. The style of this team is changing, right? It's why when the guy came and told me about the trade that, you know, Buchnevich to the Oilers, and they're mentioning this defenseman, I don't see it. Right there. We have a glut of defensemen. Right? And then I go and I look at Edmonton's salary cap, and I can't see how it works. Let me come back here. Edmonton Oilers have less cap than we do. It's showing them having a little more, but not by much. Right? So a trade with them, how do you make it work? Right? Dollar for dollar. And CC, you're going to bring in a defenseman. So that's the only way the deal works, because you retain half of Bush's salary, and then you trade CC. You're helping out the other team. You're not helping out your team. Does CC help out the Blues defense? I don't think he does. And that's the thing, right? It's not. Everyone sits there and thinks that we have these horrible defensive players, and we don't. We have a horrible, horrible defensive system. That's the problem, at least in my eyes. Excuse me. No, it's Saturday, next Saturday, the 9th. I will be in the playoffs starting Monday. It just depends on whether I'm the 7th seed or the 8th seed. Hope I'm the 7th. I hope I can pick it up, but right now, not looking good. Not looking good. Unless something... I'm going to pick up points that I don't have now, because the guy that I'm playing... The guy that I'm playing doesn't have a goalie. So I'm going to pick up all the goalie spots. So I really need a win today. Right? He only has, so he's picking up 3 categories, but he's only gotten 1 goalie start. Or he's picking up 4 categories, but he's only gotten 1 goalie start. If he doesn't get a goalie start today or tomorrow, which he didn't get one today, if he doesn't get one tomorrow, which is possible, then I will pick up those 3 categories no matter what. Well, actually, I'll tie one. I won't pick it up. I think. I'll have to look at it. And that will help me there. But the guy that I got to get ahead of, I mean, right now, I would just tie him and it wouldn't be enough. I would really need him to drop back this week, and it's not going to happen. All right. So I'm probably going to be in a position I don't want to be in. Nathan. No, it's not. Wow. Nathan. Why do you think that? The best player to trade is 50 for what's needed in the NHL market this season. Are you going to get enough back? That's the question. Are you going to get enough back? First of all, he has a no trade clause this year. Right? And while teams might be calling on him, I'm not eating any of his salary. I'm not happening. Right? I will not eat any of his salary. Right? Because he has I think that you can, if you're going to eat salary, you have to eat it for the remainder of the contract. He's got 3 more years. His no trade clause, full no trade clause, ends starting next year. Starting next year, he has a 18-team no trade list. Then he has a 14, then a 10. Everyone thought that this was a 6x6, and it wasn't. It was a 3x6 because he is tradable in those last 3 years. And I brought that up when his contract was first signed. At 30 years old, he's proven, he will help out a team. Absolutely. He could take a team to the promised land. A good defensive team with a weak goalie, Edmonton, he could take Edmonton to the promised land. What are you giving? What is Edmonton willing to give up? And what are you willing to take? I want Wyatt Nugent-Hopkins. I want more than that. Right? I want scoring. I want, you're talking about a player that is a top end player. To me, I don't just give it up. Is Chicago playing today? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing them on the. I don't remember seeing. Oh, yep, they play the Blue Jackets, so they got a chance. They actually have a chance to win a game today. Dun 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 dun. I'm just a dummy with a microphone and a camera. I'm just a dummy with a microphone and a camera. Upset stomach. That's kind of normal. Are you sure? I actually think that you have to eat it for the remainder. I don't think you can just pick. I think if you're going to eat contract, you have to eat it through the remainder. I really do. Right? I'd probably have to go look up the. Big goalie matchup tonight. I sent you a link, bud. Okay, Wendy.
Okay, I can explain what I was talking about. Yeah, you can retain up to however long you want. The Blackhawks did it 2 years ago where they retained someone that had 2 years left on their deal and retained only 1 year of the deal.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
I was trying to look for the CBA here.
I remember it happening when I saw it. I was confused, but then I realized, oh yeah, you can choose how long you want to retain for.
I thought if you retained it was the length of the contract.
And I'm pretty sure the Blackhawks are retaining Jake McCabe's contract for this year remaining too, and then the Maple Leafs have the rest of his contract next year.
Well, I mean, hold on. We can look at that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So he got traded to Toronto?
Last year, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see that real quick.
1 second.
That's the one thing with this year is so many teams are over the cap or in LTIR. It's not even funny. So who did you say it was?
Jake McCabe.
Is he? I don't see him on their roster.
What? He's on their roster.
Jake
McCabe.
Oh, hold on. I clicked the wrong. I clicked Tampa Bay instead of Toronto. There we go. Okay, Jake McCabe. Right now, Toronto's paying $2 million for the next 2 years. I don't see, like, if they were. Let me click on his contract here real quick.
I know the Hawks retained on that contract.
His salary is $4 million. So no, they retained for the length of the contract.
Okay. There was a player I know they did retain for 1 year of it.
Okay.
Oh, Oli Mata was a player the Hawks traded to the LA Kings, retaining 1 year left of his 2 years remaining on his deal.
Uh-huh.
They traded that contract to the LA Kings. Now he's with the Detroit Red Wings. That's how I remember it.
Why can't I find the CBA? Downloads.
Sorry, I'm in my kitchen cooking.
Oh, no problem. I have, I'm on the NHL media site, right? I still have access to that. Once you get access, they don't take it away unless you screw up. So I haven't screwed up yet. But I thought the CBA was on here. Maybe it's on the NHLPA site. Because I've looked at it before, and I'm almost dead certain that when you retain, you have to retain for the remainder of the contract.
I know for sure when the Hawks traded Oli Mata to the LA Kings, they retained 1 year of his 2 years left on his contract.
It's possible. I don't know, and I don't have enough knowledge of the CBA to say one way or the other. Oh, I got fucking... Hold on, Wendy. I didn't realize it. I got copyrighted again, even though I've had no music. I got copyrighted.
Oh.
It's with Facebook's logarithm. They're saying, and actually, I don't think it's Facebook. I actually think it's the companies that they say it is, saying that there's music when there's no music. I dispute it, and they give it up. But for the time period, I have to deal with them blocking me when legally they can't.
Uh-huh.
All right? And if I had money, I'd sue them, and I'd win. All right? I'd sue them and Facebook for harassment. Because that's what it is. Absolute harassment.
Well, I play hockey.
Absolute harassment.
Huh. I play hockey in a couple hours.
I just restarted it. Because it sucks, because what happens is they can see me, but they can't comment,
Oh,
right? And I don't see that they're there. So that kind of, it takes away, you know, I may end up having to go just to YouTube again, and a lot of people hate YouTube. So
YouTube's easier.
not when it comes to commenting. A lot of people don't like using Google to sign in.
Really?
The Google account, yeah. And I've had people who couldn't figure it out for some reason, right? Like I said, if you're watching on Facebook, and all of a sudden I'll just stop, look for me to restart. Once they give me the copyright strike, which is total bullshit, because I had zero music, right? And I didn't even play my openings. I just did the what do you call it? You know, the little things I have, you know,
yeah.
I did that. And then when the organ, I muted it. I muted the organ. I showed it, but muted it. And then when it went away, I brought me in.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people think YouTube, especially, and when I'm on, I never get nowhere near the participation on YouTube that I get on Facebook.
I just had a video go 10,000 views on it.
Huh?
I just had a video just hit 10,000 views on YouTube.
Oh, wow, man. I don't think I have 10,000 views combined.
Yeah,
overall, I don't think if I looked at overall, if I went and looked at my channel, total views, I don't think I could get that many. Yeah,
I posted the video on Monday and it's up to 10,000 views.
Yeah.
I'll have to hop off.
I have 1,200 videos, but it doesn't show what my
more videos than I do.
Yeah, but you know, most of mine, I average probably 30 views, man, if
Mm-hmm.
that. I'd have to do it on here, but I don't think in my entire I think maybe I'm over 10,000 total, but I doubt it.
If you went over to my channel, I had a few videos that are over 4,000 views, and then this video I posted Monday hit 10,000 today.
All right, hold on. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Oh, I can only go back to yearly. If I just go through the year. For this year, I only have 561 views. For this year.
I mean, since...
Oh, hold on. Lifetime. There we go. Lifetime. Okay, I'm a little better than what I thought.
What are you up to?
Lifetime, I have 63,000 views.
That's not bad.
But that's over 1,200 videos.
Yeah.
Right? You divide that, and I actually don't see how they get that many views.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because like my best viewed video is 1,300 views. Right?
And what video is that?
Huh?
And what video is that?
That was a live reaction I did between the Capitals and the Hurricanes, Game 7.
Okay.
And then Layla is 1,100, and then my Game 7 reaction show is 1,063, and then the Blues Dallas Star live game was 1,044. And that was probably, just looking at it, that was during the playoff run.
Okay.
So, and my next after that is 724.
Okay.
The best video, the best video I did was Layla.
Okay.
That was 1,147. So yeah, I think. Well, that's what. Okay, what this is? Was it? It is showing lives, but
Eric, Minnesota's been playing really good hockey the last
yeah,
3 weeks.
right, yeah.
They can actually make the playoffs. The way their schedule is pretty easy down the stretch. I could see Minnesota making the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see him making the playoffs too. Well, what was different? Why did you get what was that video on, the 10,000 view video?
Patrick Kane's game-winning goal in overtime from Sunday. I got it on video and then posted it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I have Connor Bedard's first goal in the United Center hitting, I think it's up to 4,200 views. But the 4,200,
Yeah,
the Patrick Kane video just blew up.
yeah. Short video too. What's it, like 2 minutes?
2.5 minutes. It was a full overtime.
Yeah. Man, I'm lost today. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm slightly lost today. I think the Blues are going to get beat bad today.
The way
I really do.
Matt Boldy's been playing the last couple of weeks and Marco Rossi, Minnesota's playing really good hockey. I can see it happening.
The only thing that favors us is we have done very, very good against Marc-Andre Fleury.
Is Flower in?
Huh?
Is Flower in net?
Yep, Flower against Bennington.
Okay. Maybe we'll finally see that fight.
Yeah, I don't think so, but Bennington has a bad rap. Bennington, and it's unfair. It really
It's not unfair. He has the rap. It's every team knows he has anger issues on ice, so everyone knows what's his issue. It's not a bad rap.
If you pick on so it's okay to bully, then, is what you're saying.
No.
He's being bullied for his anger issues.
He's not. It's the fact that he does it to himself.
The last fine he got was absolute bullshit.
No, that was not.
His stick was on the ice. His head was facing this way. He had no clue the guy was behind him. He skated into the stick.
No, Bennington lifted his stick up. Watch the video.
No, he didn't. All he did was tap the post. Like you see goaltenders, he hit his pad and the post. You see goaltenders do it all the time. How does he knowingly hit somebody who's behind him? He's looking forward. He's not looking back. That guy skated right into his stick. Go watch the video again.
I watched it multiple times.
He skated into his stick. It should have been, if anything, it should have been embellishment. How do you get a high stick when your blade of your stick is on the ground?
The blade was not on the ground.
Yes, it was. Wendy, the blade was on the ground.
No, it wasn't. I watched the play. Okay.
I don't want to argue because I know you see Bennington like I see Bedard, and I know that, and as much as how I see Bedard frustrates you, how you see Bennington frustrates me. Is that fair?
Well, Bedard's actually a good hockey player.
Right.
You're just jealous that the Blackhawks have him. If went to any other team, you would not be this mad at Connor Bedard.
I was off Connor Bedard from the beginning. I didn't see what everybody else saw. I'm an idiot, I guess. But I even before you guys got that first round pick, I told you I don't think he's going to be that guy.
He has been that guy.
Even before. Huh?
He has been that guy.
right? Wendy, even the other team's fans said that was BS, right? And that is true. Right. That was a bad fine, bad penalty. It was the fine was on reputation alone. The penalty itself was on reputation alone. I mean, and again, the Ryan Hartman thing. I remember you sitting here and telling me, Ryan Hartman's a good guy. He hasn't had any issues with player safety, and he's been suspended 8 times now.
At that time, I didn't realize his suspension history because he didn't have a single fine or suspension when he was with the Blackhawks.
Well, Ryan Hartman has had, at the time of that incident, had significant issues with player safety, fines and what's the other word I'm trying to look for? Suspensions. But even after that, you still stood up for Ryan Hartman. Oh, Ryan Hartman. And then I brought up numerous other times where goalies have done the exact same thing and gotten 0 penalties for it. And you defended those goalies. You defended.
I did not defend Aiden Hill. I said he should have been suspended because that blocker punch that he did in the Cup final. I said that. I don't know how he did.
But there were other ones that you didn't. Right?
Because
it wasn't just Hill.
Bennington gets the rap. That COVID-shortened season basically showed his rap sheet that he will build throughout the league. He became a rat in that season when he swung the stick at Devin Dubnyk of the Sharks. He did another thing to the Sharks in that same night.
He went after the goalie. He did one of those flinches on the goalie. I remember that.
He built his rap sheet that entire season, making him a rat in the league where players and fans around the NHL hates the guy. He didn't
become a rat. He didn't become a rat until the Cadre incident when our fans fucked that up.
I mean, he also threw a water bottle, so.
Right?
I mean, he did throw a water bottle. Like, kind of, that's really.
His game suspension came after that. And you know what? Kadri deserved a water bottle thrown at him. Okay, game's getting ready to start. I know Wendy's got to go.
All right.
Yeah, and Hartman told the ref, watch that. He's going to commit a penalty before the game or on the next play. I'm going to go after him, and they let it go. Here we go. We got the game on. Oh, man, they're starting slow again. I don't have 1,000 people following me, bud. I need 1,000 people to follow me, and I got like 240. If I had 1,000 people following me, I would go live on TikTok. Tell you what, a lot of people that are live on TikTok, if there's a active duty military member that is live on TikTok, I jump on them. They ignore me. I jump on them. Go to fucking work. If I did that shit while I was in, oh, motherfucker. I'd go to mass. 80% of what they're doing is against the UCMJ. No shots yet. A couple of attempts, though. Well, I haven't gotten zeroed out on Facebook yet, but I'm sure I will. Oh, Kaprizov should have had a goal there. Shot high by neighbors. I don't think Scandella will be here after the end of the week. Oh, Prunovich. I don't know. That might have been Scandella, too. Oh, Sonny, nice shot there. There's icing. Yeah, it was Scandella. I thought so. You're very much allowed to talk. No, not even close. Not even close. Hi, Gina. So again, if you're watching me on Facebook and it goes dark or you can't comment, which was probably going to happen, and it goes away. Let's go back to my page. I'm going to restart. Either I'm both on Guy Bensing and on the Blue Note Fan Report and Coast to Coast Hockey. I'm going to restart. Na 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 na. God, I still think you need to take a chance with Walker. Walker, Neighbors, and Bolduc, man. I think that line, given 3 games, would click. 3 games, that's it. And it would absolutely click. Yeah, he is an idiot. He's the idiot. I mean, he's blocked me. He's absolutely blocked me after calling me out numerous times. You know, there's so many people that have done that. They'll call me out, but heaven forbid I call them out. Oh, no. You can't call me out. I'm going to block you. Yeah, of course. He can talk about you all you want, but don't you ever talk about him. Oh, that's it. Oh, no penalty. That was close, though. I thought there could have been something called on that. I'm opinionated. I know that. I know I'm hard to get along with. I know that. I know I can be a dick. I know maybe I like to argue just to argue. I know it's my part of my makeup. I get that. I knew when I used to play poker here, and I played poker a lot with a group. It got to a point where most of them just hated playing with me because I was such an ass. And ow! It's gonna get looked at. It's gonna get looked at. Oh yeah, that's Torque Pachinko deflects it. Oh yeah, it goes in. Yeah, it goes in. That's a goal. That's a goal. Torpachinko from Sod and Prunovich. To me, it's a good goal. I will probably refresh here. After we hear this, I'll refresh. Because they're going to have to do a face-off. Good goal. Okay, I'm going to refresh now. Try and get caught up. 1-0 Blues. Torpachinko from Prunovich and Sod. And of course, I don't start. Man, that's 3 points I've left on the bench today. Got in front of the net. The torpedo. Yeah, I got 3 points, 2 goals and an assist on the bench today. Yay me. Absolutely, it's a must win. Yeah, he hasn't had a lot of full seasons, but I think any one of those guys that's had the what do you call it, the skill coached out of him. So for me, yeah, I see it completely. All right, I see it completely. No. Nope. No, you needed that start. Now put the foot on the gas and get more of them. Yeah, it's a cross. Yes, I seen it, and to be honest, when people do that to me, I get very upset, so I just ignore them so I don't get upset personally. And it's not, it's just how I feel, you know. It's when people correct me like that, it feels like you're making fun of the way I say things. And that just, I don't know, it bothers me. So please forgive me. Didn't say you were, but that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. And again, I understand that you're not. That's why I ignore it. I don't want to upset you, Eliza. By the way, if you didn't hear, I'll be giving away a set of tickets to the Blues Wild in 2 weeks. And basically from now until, I'd have to look at the schedule here, the game before, if somebody comes up with a hell of a comment, something, you know, the best comment's going to get the tickets. Best comment will get the tickets. All right, that's what it's going to come down to. Best comment gets the tickets. You got until the 13th against the home game against the Kings. So you got today's game and then the 5-game road trip. Philly, New York, excuse me, Devils, Rangers, Boston, and Kings. No, they will not. No, they will not. I have said that in the past. 1 win per season. Nope, Brian, you would not win that at all. Shout out where you're watching from. David Acey, South St. Louis. Evo Mill. Thank you. Thank you for that comment. I resemble that. Didn't Prunovich play college hockey for like Minnesota or Michigan? I'm thinking he did. I could be wrong. That's where they bring back using your checkbook instead of credit cards and mobile. Uh-oh. 2-on-1. Kaprizov missed it. I don't. I can't see it. I can't see it. You're not going to get enough back. That's my problem. You're going to have to give up more than you're getting back. Why do that deal? Right? You're going to have to retain salary. Why do that deal? Right? You're not helping yourself. Right? I don't see any deal that the Blues make where they're better after Buchnevich. I honestly don't. Even if they get a number 1 pick, it's going to be in the low 20s. The best it could be, right, is probably 2021. The best. Right? And it's probably going to be worse than that. So from 16 to 1, those are the lotteries. The next 8 picks are the teams that get knocked out of the first 2 rounds based on how their standings are, where they're at in the standings. And Edmonton's way up there. This is going to be a 25th, 26th pick if you trade with Edmonton. Oh, wow. That's taking a chance, and I don't think they would. And I don't think Butch, I think he's got a full no trade clause. I don't think he would go. I honestly don't think he would go. And I really do need to do some research on the CBA, because I'm almost certain, Buchnevich, 12-team no trade clause. I'm almost sure Chicago's on that. I don't see it, man. Oh, Kyra just missed taking off there. Oh, I like emos. I miss emos. Okay, yes. Sister JJ bought a package of tickets, and one of the games is in 2 weeks, the 2 weeks from today, against the same Wild, and he can't go. So he's giving them to me to give away. I basically figured I'm just going to give them away to the person that stimulates me the most, the best comments, the one who talks, the one who gives me the best comment, the one, just whoever I feel like it. Now, I have said that E and Erickson cannot win tickets again this season, plain and simple. So everybody else is open, but you have to be able to go to the game. If you can't go to the game, you're not getting the tickets, and I'm not giving you a chance to give them away. Either you can go to the game or you can't, plain and simple. I don't think he's with us right now. He was earlier. I don't think he's with us now. He might be. He might still be watching. I know he's buying a refrigerator, so he said he'd be in and out. Oh, it's just a little bit too much of a bouncing stick. Yes, Ryan, unfortunately, that would disqualify you. If you had somebody that you knew would want it, you could give them to, and you talked to me. I think I could do that for myself. Dun, 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 dun. I'm looking for good comments. I'm looking for that. Things that make you go, hmm. And there's some, I figure to get some good stuff between now and the trade deadline. Well, thank you, Tim. Greatly appreciate that. You're one of a few. BOS, man, that just sounds like you could really. You could really come up with something from that. Power play coming up. It's a power play. No way. It's a power play. Power play. It's 5-on-4, and we just might not score. For the 5-on-4 power play. Boy, am I messed up or what? Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Am I messed up or what? I was trying to find out where that guy commented from, but I don't see it now. Oh well. Oh, it might be, oh, I know where he might have commented from. Tim, I wonder. Oh, where did you comment from, Tim? I didn't give me a like, so I don't know. Oh well. Only one I could think of that he might have commented from that I didn't look and see. Was Coast to Coast, but I haven't seen anybody on Coast to Coast. Thought Facebook got blocked, but it's still there. Kai, we're not ready for that. I don't think he's seen that. If he thought that one was coming. uh, who explained north to south? I don't understand that there, bud. Oh, 5-on-3. They take penalties. We got to make them pay for it. Shots are 6-5 in favor of them. Oh, yeah. Tripping! He's tripping. Oh, the Metrolink? Okay. I don't know why they never expanded the Metrolink. That's just the one line. They should have had, that should have been going all over the place. That should have been heading down to South County. I mean, that Metrolink should have been all over the place. Come on, make this pay. Come on, make them pay. No issues, Ashley. Well, another 5-on-3. We don't score. I think we've only scored on one this year. I was wondering where what's it, Jason is. That's about time there. I mean, it's not looking bad. It's getting shots, but everybody's standing around. That's the biggest issue. Nobody's trying to find open ice or keep moving. That's what they showed. Yeah, Jason Nichols. That's what they showed with Matthews. Matthews will circle, waiting, getting that space, and everybody is just. This has been something with this team this season. Just standing around. Excuse me. I haven't seen him on the show all day, so I don't know where he is. It did look okay, but again, part of the problem with it is nobody moving. You just had almost, just had 3 minutes and 21 seconds of a power play. You had a good portion of that with 5-on-3, and really, you had a couple of looks, but that's it. I don't even know what's going on with the Cards game. I need a goose egg from Bennington today, and yes, I said it. I don't pay attention to preseason games really, especially early. Looks like they're going on a power play. No. Nope. Icing. Sorry, I misunderstood. Nope. Okay. Just nobody watching. Ah. I have a feeling that they're going to have that teaching the fan base how to lose season. I really think that I mean last season feels like a fluke for me. The fact that if it wasn't a fluke, they go further in the playoffs. So the fact that they lost in the first round or the second round, the bye round, and they lost badly. Yeah, I have a feeling that it's all worn off, and this is not going to be a good season. I hate Spectrum commercials. Hate them. I just hate them. Dollar bill. Dollar bill krill. Dun, 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 dun. We're home. It's a home game. Home game. We got a 5-game road trip after this before we get back home again to play the Wild. Oh, I know you're talking about. I know you were talking about city soccer. I know, and that's what I'm talking. I just think that this season is done for them. Oh, they are on the power play. Fault for holding. I'm not paying attention enough. Oh, Thomas clears it. Clears that puck. That's the end of the first. They'll get a little bit of power play time into the second. At the end of one, it is Blues 1, Minnesota nothing. Shots are 8 apiece. Blues get a goal, a beautiful tip-in goal from Torpachenko after a great pass by Saad to Prunovich and a shot from him. Torp makes a tip, and it just sneaks over the line. One toke over the line. I don't remember that song. One toke over the line. Yes, it has. Well, I mean, they didn't play bad in the last game. All right? They didn't play bad in the last game. I think it was one toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line, but I'm not sure. Is that it? One toke. Yep, I'm right. One toke over the line, sweet Jesus. One toke over the line. Sitting downtown in a railway station. One toke over the line. Oh my goodness. Who sung that? Oh. Brewer and Shipley. To me, that was like a one you would think of from like I can't think of the Dr. Hook. That's like a Dr. Hook song. Right? Let Minnesota outplay themselves and it's a Blues win. Yeah, that's a true statement there, buddy bud. I would agree with that. My nose itches. I said it there, bud. Brewer and Shipley. But when I hear that song, I absolutely think of like Dr. Hook or who's somebody else I can think of? Dave, the guy that sings I can't think of it now. Dave Mason, the guy that sings We Just Disagree. Oh shit, I didn't even realize you were here. You scared me, but what'd you think of the first period, Lance, man?
I thought the Blues played pretty well. I didn't think Minnesota played very well.
I think Minnesota's got came out a little tight, but it wasn't tight.
No, I kept my eyes on Bolduc every time he's out there, and I'm going to tell you right now, he's not ready. He's not moving around enough. He's standing around too much.
Nobody is. No, that power play, the 5-on-3, nobody was looking for space. They got where they were supposed to be and stayed there. No one was looking for space.
So I was talking about 5-on-5 play. Bolduc, especially in the defensive zone, he was just standing there watching them fight over the puck. You can't do that in the NHL.
Well,
he's not. I think he could be up for a couple games or call him up if, during the playoffs, since there's not you don't have to keep with that roster.
Yeah.
But I just don't see him ready. I mean, I just don't.
He's not. I don't see him getting sent down the rest of the season. I don't see him getting sent down.
I do.
Right? If they were going to send him down, they'd already done it.
No, they wouldn't have.
Yeah, they would have. They'd already done it. They did it with Gaudette. Gaudette was up for what? Got 5 games?
Gaudet is a 28-year-old veteran. There's a huge difference there.
I had somebody tell me today that there are 2 teams interested in Buchnevich right now that are talking in the Blues. They mentioned Edmonton and Vegas, and they said Edmonton is offering a first, a defensive prospect, and Cece.
No.
Right there, I'm like, no.
But
then they mentioned the prospect, and he's a 21-year-old Swede. He's played 79 games in the NHL in 4 years or 3 years, and he's got 11 points and a -8 or 2, I think. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you give up Buchnevich for that?
No, and like I said, Armstrong is in no hurry to get rid of him because he's got another year. He also knows that with that extra year, he's worth more than any of these other guys that are being traded whose contracts run up this year. That extra year is worth a lot more to a team.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. And I also like the other stuff, the other one that, I got a huge laugh out of. The Kyrou stuff.
I know.
Right?
I know.
Here's the problem with it. Now, Lance, maybe you know this. I got to look it up. When you retain salary, I think you're required to retain salary throughout the remainder of the contract. Is that correct or not?
Yes, you are. You are correct.
Right? I didn't think you could only retain it for like a portion of No, you've
Nope.
got to retain throughout the life of the contract, right?
Yeah. So if a guy has a 5-year contract left and his cap hit or his AAV is 8 million and you do 50%, you got to pay 4 million of that over the next 5 years each
Yeah,
year.
that's what I thought. Now,
Yep.
Wendy said that he knows of someone that got traded that they only retained for a year.
No,
But I don't think so. I think that you have to retain for the life of the contract.
you do because it says right on there 50% like 35% contract. It doesn't say 1-year contract. I've never.
Yeah.
And if you because look at the teams, if you look at certain teams and they don't buy a guy out and they trade him, let's say he made 10 million, he was way overpaid, got a huge contract in the mid 2010s, and they trade him after 4 years, and they cover 50% of it. That 5 million is on their cap for the rest of that 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And another one, are you seeing today? Oh, it's getting heated up. Edmonton's going to get Parayko. And all the Edmonton fans we like him, but man, that contract is just an anvil. He's making his cap hit is 6.5 mil. That's not an anvil.
No. Well, first of all, Ryan, I do think here's the thing. Kyrou is not a defender. His job is not to defend. He's a goal scorer. Fucking Berube ruined Kyrou. Berube absolutely ruined Kyrou and ruined how the people in this city look at him.
And it also ruined how people in the city view players. Oh, we don't want that guy because he's not a full 200-foot player. And you know what? I never hear other teams say that about guys. Never.
And it's I don't get it. And well, here it is. It simply comes down, and it's in St. Louis. I've said it before. We eat up the negative media, like Emo's Pizza, toasted raviolis, and gooey butter cake.
And it didn't used to be
shit right up.
It didn't used to be that way. And you know when it started? The year that we won the cup, and all these new fans come on. That's when it started.
Actually, it started a little bit before that.
Yeah, but it got worse after the cup.
It actually started the heavy negative media started when Yo started losing. That's when it really, really, really heated up. Yeah, Jason, I've been wondering where the fuck you were, dude. You're trashing my numbers by not being here. Okay, Ryan. Did you expect Brett Hull to chip in on defense? Did you expect Dimitra? Dimitra wasn't
Dimitra was terrible defensively.
Right? Dimitra wasn't a two-way player. I don't remember some of the other guys that
I think Gary Unger could be a two-way player, but he focused more on offense than he did on defense.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that Kyrou gets torn up when he shouldn't. And I'm going to defend him because I feel, first of all, last season he led the team in points. And he was considered the worst player we had. How the fuck does that happen?
Doesn't happen in other cities. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. Shouldn't lower say it because the player can't. You're fine. Ryan, you have every right to look at it the way you want to look at it, and I have every right to look at it the way I want to look at it.
Ryan, it's not that you're lowering expectations. It's like I've said, and I'll say it 100 more times. Every good coach I had put players, and every good coach that's been in the NHL, the really good ones like Hitchcock and Quenneville, yes, they wanted their players to be responsible. They wanted them to be responsible defensively, but they did not expect them all to be Ryan O'Reilly. And Blues fans expect Kyrou to be Ryan O'Reilly. Thomas has improved a little bit defensively, but he gives pucks up a lot too. And I mean, It's like, hey, expecting all your offensive guys to play a 200-foot game is like expecting all your defensemen to be scorers too. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I don't want. I want my defender to be at least a half a point per game. That's what I think a defender should be. Right. So a defender should have 40 points in a season. Right. Goals and assists, 40 points.
If you've got a defender that gets 40 points in a year, you're going to be pretty happy with him.
I mean, well, you look at the what a defenseman is now, right? What's changing in the defensive game? They are more offensive. So 40 points, that's kind of what you're looking at. And I also want my defender to be a plus player. Yes, I understand, and defenders are out there more, but I want him to be a plus player 5-on-5. I like this. So if you bitch about Kyrou defense, you bitch that Brady couldn't run the ball. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good, but you're also talking about a GOAT there, and I don't call Kyrou a GOAT yet.
No.
So, but I see the point. Which players on our current offense chip on defense the best? Thomas and Bushnevich.
I would say Buchnevich number one. Shin used to be, but Shin's not even in the top 5 in my list. I would say Shin, Thomas when he's on at night, but there's times I've watched Thomas make a lot of mistakes on the defensive side.
Yeah. And then our bottom 6, obviously, but I'm looking at more at our top 6.
Yeah.
You look at our bottom 6, you look at Torpachenko, Walker, not
Ryan,
Saad, but
Ryan, I've just watched Kyrou tonight win 2 battles, and I've also watched him go in forecheck when the puck goes into their offensive zone to try to get the puck back. He's done that all the first period.
He wins puck battles. We just don't. We only. Our fan base only sees. Our fan base magnifies his mistakes and minimizes his successes.
Is anybody complaining on the way Falk played in that first period? I don't think Falk played good. Andy took a stupid penalty.
Yeah. He's giving him clean ice for the next, 40 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like that.
He didn't have to take that penalty. He did not have to take that penalty.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are going to get on to me because I called out the great Justin Falk.
So okay, Ryan, complete crap. First of all, so you're calling him complete crap, and you have every right. But I want to make sure you understand this. The guy that you're calling complete crap is tied for 3rd in goals, tied for 2nd in assists, and is 3rd in points. That's complete crap. The guy is doing his job, but he's not doing his job the way you want him to do it. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Do you know who's been complete crap besides about 10 games this year? The guy with the big C on his jersey.
Yeah.
He's been crap this whole year besides about 10 to 12 games. And I'll argue that, and I'm sure you would too, Guy, and many other people. Shin is not the same player he was 2-3 years ago. He's just not.
All right. To this roster, on this team right now. That's what they're compared to on this roster. Right?
I'm going to tell you right now, and I know this for a fact. If the Blues traded Kyrou to a team that had an offensive first state of mind, like if he went to Edmonton or Toronto, he would be a 40, 50 goal scorer every single year. I guarantee it. And I guarantee you those fans would not be bitching and moaning about him not playing defense. He's gotten better defensively.
Brian, hold on. Ryan makes a good point. He thinks teams playing like shit. Okay, they're above 500, so they're not a junk team. They're not in the bottom of the league. They're playing above 500.
Yep.
First of all, and
they're not Arizona. They're not Chicago.
Hold on. I wanna do something here real quick. Because there's let me see if I can find what I'm looking for here. Hold on. Let me go back over here.
I agree with you, Chris, on that note.
So points. Hold on.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Aaron.
No. So in points, Kyrou Bushnavids is 71st in the league, and Kyrou he's tied for 69th in the league, and Kyrou is tied for 74th in the league. So it's not like they're at the bottom half of the league. They're in the top half of the league. He's in the top half of the league. Right? I mean, you think about this. 25.
So he's 74th out of around 700 players. That's not too bad.
Right?
Actually, not 900 players.
I don't think it's 900.
That's
Unless
right.
you're counting anybody that played one game this season.
That's right. It's around 700.
But
yeah.
You look at. I'm looking at roster. Right? There's 23 men. You can have 23 men on a roster times 32. That's 736 rostered players.
Yep. So he's in the top 10%.
Top 10% of 736 rostered players are right at the edge of it.
But he sucks.
Yeah. That's what I think people don't understand. Yeah, I'm with you, Shockey. He's not being sensational. No, he's not. And my TV just shut down. So I don't know what's going on with the game, where we're at. Martin, he's in the top 10% of the league, but his pay isn't. I guarantee you his pay at $8.5 million, I don't think it's in the top 10% of the league. And I can look at that. I can go look at AAV right now.
You want a guy that doesn't play defense? You want a guy that doesn't play defense that just got a new contract? Elias Pettersson for the Vancouver Canucks is making an $11.5 million a year.
Okay.
Just signed an 8-year extension for $11.4 million. And I like Elias Pettersson, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'd rather have Jordan Kyrou than him any day.
Okay, so here, hold on. I'm going to tell you where Thomas and Kyrou rate with their contracts. Right? Jordan Kyrou and Robert Thomas are 57th and 58th in contracts.
Yep.
So they're in the top 10% in contracts, and both of them are in the top 10% of the league
in points.
And the game's back on, by the way.
Yep.
Shots are 8-7. Okay, they changed shots. 8-7 in favor of the Blues. Oh man, Torch just got to get better at that. I mean, it's great that he did. He killed that. Right. So that's my thing. And look, Ryan, you are absolutely entitled to your opinion. Absolutely, and that's fine. I'm going to disagree with it, and I'm going to tell you why I disagree with it, and you have the right to tell me why you disagree with mine. And hopefully we're still friends afterwards. So I mean, it just boggles my mind that people get down on their salaries so much when in all actuality they're playing right where their salaries are. Thomas is outplaying his. Right? Thomas is outplaying his. Robert Thomas is 16th in points in the league. 16th. And he's 58th in salary. He's outplaying his salary. Bushnevich is way outplaying his salary. His $5 million salary. And that's where I bring it at, right? I just think that so many people, they look at it in this electron microscope instead of pulling back sometimes. You know, it's like when you look at, like when I tell you, and I say this all the time, oh wow, that just missed bouncing in for Minnesota. The difference between the number one team in the league and the Chicago Blackhawks is minuscule. Minuscule. Not what everybody thinks it is, but because we look at it under an electron microscope, we see this huge freaking gap. And it's not there. And that's the thing. According to his salary, he's playing right at, just below what his salary is. The guy making, let me bring this up here.
And Kyra's
what did I say he was? I said he was tied for 74th, right?
Yep. And
74th, it's Quinn Hughes, making $7.85 million.
Kyra makes 8.1, I think.
8.137 or 125. 8.1. Both Kyrou and Thomas make 8.125. So tied for 57, 58, right? The guy at 74th, which is where, is making 7.85 million.
Yeah. So he's right.
How much is he playing? To me, that's playing right at your contract.
That's right.
Nope, you don't blame the goalie. I'll give you that. I agree. Ryan, that is a fair point. The problem is that, you know, what we're angry at is and I'm sorry, Bannister Bannister and the interim tag is killing this team. You know, and they said they were going to hire a coach that should have went out and did it. I will say, I will say that this is something Armstrong has done wrong. I think only one other team currently has an interim tag on their coach. Right? Bennington has been one of the best goaltenders in the league. His numbers, he's played way above his numbers. I've said that. And I said, I think that Hoffer either right at his numbers or just a tad better than his numbers.
Yeah, Bennington, his last 12 games is 8-3-1 with a 2.27 goals against. I'll take that.
Who? Hoffer?
Bennington in his last 12 home games is 8-3-1 with a 2.27 goals against and a 9-18 or 9-13
Yeah,
save.
I'll take that any day of the week.
I'll take that.
But it's not, and again, Ryan, let me ask you a question, Ryan. What do you do? What is your job? I want to ask you what your job is. I want to bring something out. I brought this out before. Second in saves on high danger shots. Yeah. I mean, he's outplayed his numbers in my eyes. Right? I brought this up before. It's like, jackass. Okay, so I'll bring up this. You have a guy that is an incredible painter, right? He is an outstanding painter. He will go do the job in half the time with double the quality of anybody else. He just, when you put him on a paint job, he's going to do it as good as, if not better than anybody else, right? He's going to do it better than anybody else. So you decide, oh, wow, when it comes to painting, he's great. My welders hold me back. My welders hold me back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this painter who has this incredible work ethic as a painter, and I'm going to make him a welder. And expect him to give you the same quality of job he does as a painter as a welder. Well, guess what? It probably ain't going to happen. And that's how I look at when you go with Kyrou on defense. And Hayes just blew that. Absolutely blew that. Oh, yeah. A lot of teams do. Not as much as I've seen our teams deal with it. I agree, David. But I think my analogy really points it out. Do you, Lance, or am I off base?
No, I think that's a pretty good way to look at it. And I also look at other teams. Look at Kiprasov for Minnesota. Do they expect him to be a strong two-way player? No. They want him to score.
Yep.
You know, Ovechkin has grown into a guy that's better defensively, but I would not say Ovechkin is a two-way player. I just wouldn't.
As guys get older, goal scorers get older, they will get more defensive. They will get more pass friendly.
Because they figure it out.
Like that. Brett Hull was like that. Sidney Crosby has become like that. Gretzky was like that. Right? As he got older, he got more, he played more defense. Kyrou is still young. He's 25. And I think everyone forgets that. Because that is media based. That is absolutely media based, and that had everything to do with Berube.
That's medium based.
Everything to do with Berube.
It's media based, and it's also Twitter based and Facebook based.
No, you know, that fans are just going to go with what from the main. Berube created the Kyrou hate. He created that by you know, admonishing him for not being good enough defensively. So Berube said it, so it must be true, and then everybody started watching it.
And you know what?
It didn't matter what his offensive numbers were. If he made a defensive mistake, it was his fault. And the last thing Berube would end his press conferences on was a negative, and a lot of times that was pointed at Kyrou.
Yeah, and most coaches, if somebody will ask, hey, did we noticed Kevin Hayes was not good defensively tonight? What do you attribute that to? A good coach will say, well, you know what? None of us were really good defensively tonight. We all need to buckle up and play. Not Berube. Nope. I remember one time Kyrou had a goal and assist, and Berube said something about his defensive play. And then in the media the next day, Rutherford wrote an article of how bad Kyrou was.
Yeah. My son played hockey for 10 years. Well, if he would have gone pro, I'd have a pro to talk to on my show.
David's not right. It's gotten super, super expensive.
Great save by Bennington.
I can remember what I paid for my equipment for when I was a kid and what I paid for my equipment for as an adult. Yeah, it's gotten very expensive.
Bennington just robbed Kaprizov.
Yeah.
No, a lot of what, and again, I bring back what happened with Kyrou after I honestly don't know, Ryan. I couldn't tell you. I you know, being in Hawaii, I'm farther away from them than you are, so I couldn't tell you. After Berube was relieved of his duties, right? I think they're less than that. I think you can get tickets for in the 60s, 70s, maybe.
Right? You can get tickets up top for, I think they're 45 or 50, up to $400 or $500.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, how you doing?
No, Kyrie's not getting traded.
No, I don't think so. Where did somebody say that?
Roland.
No, it's not happening. No, actually, his no trade kicks in. So.
Oh, and David, was your son a goalie?
I don't think he was.
Yeah, that's right. You got to get your jerseys cleaned. You got to keep your equipment clean so it doesn't stink. And
yeah. So what I was coming back with. Okay, fair enough. And Martine, I get what you're saying. I'm taking. Well, okay. There are two different types of painters. There's your general overall painter, and then there's your muralist, right? That's like taking a muralist and making them do a general paint. They're not going to do it as well, right? Or vice versa.
Chris, right now, they've already met with Buchnevich's agent because they knew teams would be calling for him this year. And Buchnevich has already said he wants a long-term contract with a modified or no trade clause for around 6 years for $7.5 to $8 million. And Armstrong is not going to pay him that.
Roland, no one has the money to take Kyrou. That's the problem. The cap space just isn't there, and that's what everybody forgets.
Yep.
And if you eat half of that contract for the remaining 7 years of it, or 6 years of it, 7 years of it, you're stupid. I will say that you're stupid. If Armstrong makes a trade like that, where he eats that much contract for that long, I would absolutely expect him to get fired.
Yeah. Armstrong would never do that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
If he got a guy at the trade deadline and he had like a year or two left at a good salary, he might do it, but he ain't going to do it with somebody with 6-7 years left on their contract.
It's just, Martine, you're asking a guy to be something he's not. Yeah, I think so too, but I'd be at his door with pitchforks. Yeah. I don't see him trading Kyrou. I think that's just bullshit. And here's the thing, the speculation started from a DJ. From a freaking radio DJ.
Yep.
Talking to the Rutherford. Ouch. There went the goose egg I needed. Merrill, it looks like. That scares me now.
I think that was a bad play by Bolduc.
Yeah. Oh, Hayes missed it. That was on Hayes.
I thought it was 76.
It looked like it tipped. Bennington didn't even see it. Well, you gotta get your lead back. All right, gotta get this lead back.
Yeah, I know Bolduc was at the boards, but Bolduc was fighting for the puck in the boards and lost it.
I'd have to look at that play again. I more saw Hayes lunge at it.
Yeah, but Bolduc had it right by the blue line, right where it says Schnucks Rewards, and he lost the puck and it went down in the corner and then it came back out.
Oh, there you go. That's a good analogy there. I like that.
Yep.
Right? Asking a wide receiver to be a good cornerback. There you go. I like that. I think that's the same thing. Oh, if it's not tipped, Benny gets it. It's tipped. I thought that
plus,
went in for a second.
Plus Bennington had two sets of players running in front of him at the same time.
No, it looked like it got tipped off Assad's stick.
Yeah.
Because it shoots and it just kind of goes up like this.
Yeah. I mean, you can shoot a puck and have it only be 50 mile an hour wrist shot or 60 mile an hour shot. And if you've got a bunch of guys in front of you and you can't see it,
yeah,
you may not
you have
make
no
that
time to
save.
react.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that was tipped just by the way it changed directions.
Yeah.
This is another second
Right
period.
there, Kyrie fighting along the boards.
Mm-hmm. But he doesn't do that, guy. He's lazy.
Yeah. Should be getting a penalty coming up.
See, he's going after the puck.
Yeah. Brunovich drew another minor.
Thomas, God, somebody's got to teach that boy something.
Who?
Every time Thomas goes into the offensive zone along the boards, he does that little turnaround, and every single team knows that's what he's going to do.
Are you ahead of me or behind me? I'm on a commercial right now.
I'm behind you.
Oh, okay.
Right after it was called a penalty, Thomas took it in to the offensive zone, skated in, and did that little turnaround against the boards he always does. People know that he's going to do that.
Yeah, well, that's the Berube move. Berube wanted that.
Drive.
Give your goalie time to get on the ice.
Drive to the net. Yeah, drive to the net. Take it to its closest. You're going to attract more players, and that's going to leave somebody open. The problem is, Guy, when you and I see Kyrou make a bad move, we'll actually come out and say, "Yeah, that was a bad move."
Yeah, I've called that before, but I also, I'm sorry, he gets a bad rap.
Yeah, when other people,
just like Bennington gets a bad rap. Bennington's $5,000 fine for the high stick.
It wasn't a high stick.
First of all, yeah, it wasn't a high stick, and second, it was based on reputation. That's all it was. It was based on reputation, and because of the cadre issue that became a racial issue, Bennington gets a bad rap over that. All right, and the way fans reacted to that just was so freaking horrible.
David's got a good question.
When you were playing at your highest level, were you facing these NHL level shots? If so, share your experience.
Yes, there were guys that could shoot at 90 plus miles an hour. A lot of the guys could. When you get up to high school and past that, a lot of them in high school will shoot 70, 80 miles an hour. But when you get much past that and play against guys that have been in the league, or guys that play juniors, or guys that are in AAA leagues, and yeah, there's people think that you have to be in the NHL to shoot a puck 90 plus miles an hour. No, that's yep,
power play goal.
But
Neighbors.
I've seen some. I think
Thomas and Krug.
I think one of the hardest shots I faced, they timed it at 101 miles an hour.
Neighbors. With a net front presence goal.
Yeah. I bet he'd be a nice neighbor to have, Jake Neighbors.
Like a good neighbor. Jake is there. Oh yeah, he's right. He gets he blocks. He's absolutely screening Flurry, and then he turns around and the puck hits Flurry and drops. And
Yeah. Chris has got a good point. A lot of the harder shooting guys
shooters are
are
demon.
defensemen because they're farther away normally from the play, from the crease.
Yeah.
And you're going to see him just let it go. There's guys that like Ovechkin, when he has that shot from the point, it can reach 90 miles an hour. But for the most part, the hardest shots are going to come from guys out on the blue line.
They might be challenging something here.
I hope they don't say neighbors interfered with him because he didn't.
Yeah. If it's offsides, it's offside. If they're challenged for offsides, it was probably offsides.
Thank you, David, for that nice thought.
Oh, no. That we're getting back on the power play. There's no way that was goaltender interference.
No, that wasn't interference. David, I really thank you for that because there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that I played.
There's no way that's goaltender interference.
No.
Absolutely none. Oh, we're getting another power play.
Yeah, that's not interference.
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I hope so.
That's what I always say, neighborhood instead of neighborhood.
There's no way that's goaltender interference. No way.
Yeah. Chris, that's a good point.
Here we go. There we go. We're back on the power play.
I used to always tell my kids when they were wanting to play hockey, and I'd practice with them in an ice rink and stuff, and I'd say, listen, your most accurate shot, and you can get it up there pretty fast just by slinging a puck with a wrist shot. And I would show them that, and they're like,
yeah,
damn, Dad, that's a hard shot with just a wrist shot. I said, yeah. I said, wrist shots can be hard, and they're a lot more accurate.
Who was it I had on? I want to say it was Liut, because I've had a couple of different goalies on. Maybe it was Fuhrer. Talked about the difference between a hard shot and a heavy shot.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Oh yeah.
You can feel it. You can feel it too.
he told, I think it had to be Fuhrer, because he said McGinnis had a hard shot
and a heavy shot,
and he had a heavy shot.
Yep.
And when you got hit with the heavy shot,
you felt it.
You knew it.
Yep.
And the next one was probably going in.
Yeah.
That's how I remember him talking to me about that.
Yeah, when I was talking to him, I said, people get this mistake that just because we have pads on as goalies, it doesn't ever hurt. And he goes, it's actually supposed to hurt. I said, yeah, it hurts.
Neighborhood's the blue paint. Somebody see, this is delay a game. To me, when the team does this, holding the puck, that's what a delay a game is. 80% of the time, the stuff that they call delay a game, I don't think is delay a game. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of times I disagree with that.
Oh, Thomas see, that Thomas does that more than Kyrou does any of his shit. Yet no one admonishes Thomas. No one admonishes Shin. He whiffs on it a lot, actually. But he's leading the team in points, and I will give him that. He's second in goal.
Oh, Thomas, that was terrible.
Yeah, that's just what I was talking about. You're a little behind me.
Yeah, I'm about 20 seconds behind. I'm at 5:44.
I'm at 5:27.
Yeah. I even tried to restart it, and it's still at the same.
Yeah. That's the end of the power play. Got one shot on the power play.
The funnest
There
thing
was
that
no way that was
no,
that was goaltender
no, it
interference.
wasn't even
I
close.
don't know how you challenge for that.
I don't
He
either.
doesn't even touch. He's
No.
never really in the blue paint.
No.
His skates might touch the red
And-
line, but
And
it's Fleury pushing at him.
yep, Fleury had his glove on his back. That's not
Yeah.
goaltender interference.
No. Oh, nice move. Now that might be goaltender interference.
I was a big enough guy to where,
Yeah.
and a lot of guys back then weren't big like they are today.
Yeah.
And if they got in front of me, I could just push them out of my way.
Yeah.
There's some guys you can't because they're so good on their skates.
Yeah. Shockey said that looked like a wet ice pass. Possible. Yeah. Though they should have just done an ice scrape during the
break.
Oh, we got another power play coming.
Yeah, and Minnesota is not good on the penalty kill.
Delay a game, hand on puck.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
I remember not too long ago, a couple of years ago, Chris Kerber, they were at a game and the ref calls the penalty for holding the stick, and he said some lady below him just made the best comment that he's ever heard. She shouts out really loud, "But they're all holding sticks, ref." All right, so a lot of times when you hear holding the stick, I'll say that, but they're all holding the stick. We just whack at the legs. Yeah, they could get away with it back then.
Yep, that's what we would do. Whack against the side of their legs.
Do you know who had a heavy shot? Former Blue that had a heavy shot, and you could, when he shot the puck, you heard it. You heard him. You heard the puck not only come off his stick, but you heard it hit the goalie.
There's several guys like that I can think of, but who are you thinking of?
Unger.
Yeah, Unger had a pretty heavy shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I from what I saw, Fedorko personally, Fedorko had an accurate shot, but he didn't have a heavy shot.
A heavy shot. Yeah.
No.
He had a hard shot.
He had a hard shot, but he could get a Suter. Yeah.
Suter had a heavy shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you didn't hear Suter's shot come off his stick, right? You heard it hit the pad. You heard Unger's shot come off his stick.
Yeah, it's a different sound when a heavy puck comes off of a pad than just a hard shot.
Right.
It sounds like a bowling ball hitting your pad as opposed to just a puck.
And Aaron says, "Well, if you put him on the penalty box, there'd be nobody playing." Right.
You talking about Bernie Miklas, David? Or Bernie Fedorko?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. He's hard to get on podcast and shows.
Yeah.
He does not do a lot of them.
David, if you know him, you know, I'm hoping when I'm home, I'm going to really push it and try and get him. I'm going to reach out to people I know and really try to get Fedorko. Might have to hang out at Obie Clark's.
That's right, Chris. It's a thud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a large. It's totally different.
Right. There's one player that you would think had a hard shot or a heavy shot, but he didn't even have a hard shot. But he had one of the best shots in the league. See if you can get this one.
I don't know.
I met him at one of the Blues owners' mansions. He was absolutely awesome. He may or may not have been a little polluted. I know that. I've heard that about him. I know people. He's been on a rival podcast and
Yep. He likes his beer.
Yeah. Right. And people, if I lived in St. Louis, I would have more. What's the difference between a hard and a heavy? Speed. You can't explain it.
Nope.
You
No.
can't explain it. You just can't explain it, man.
I'll tell people, watch Krug take a shot, a true slap shot, where he can really get behind it, and watch Pareko take a slap shot, and look at the way it comes off his stick.
Yeah.
And just the sound
Pareko
of
has
it.
a heavy shot.
Yeah, just the sound of it.
Listen when Pareko hits the boards.
Yeah. It doesn't
I
go
half
ping.
expect him to shoot and the puck stick in the boards.
Yeah, it doesn't go ping when he hits the boards. It goes boom.
Yeah, that was not a good challenge. Gretzky did not have a hard shot or a heavy shot, but he had a great shot.
Yeah, Gretzky had one of the best, if not the best, wrist shot. And another guy that I got to see play is Hall. People will argue, if I'll take Brett Hall as the most pure goal scorer. The only other guy I can think of is probably Gretzky or Bossy.
Yeah.
Yager got goals and Lemieux got goals, and those guys were good goal scorers. But when it comes to a pure goal scorer that just has the knack, Hull, Gretzky, you could probably put Lemieux in there. Mike Bossy.
Hall, when he wanted to, had a hard shot, not a heavy shot.
Yeah,
but a hard shot.
He took a lot of wrist shots. He had a great wrist shot.
Yeah, Gretzky was a spider monkey, in my opinion.
Yeah, he could move around and
heavy shot or hard shot. Where's one place a goalie does not want to take that shot, Lance? Oh, I already know the answer to this one.
Yeah,
and it's not what you're thinking.
It depends, because when I played in the 70s and 80s, we didn't have the side protectors, those little pads that come off the side of the goalie pads. So if you were on one side of the net and a guy took a pass and shot it, it could hit you in the side of the knee.
Yeah.
And that did not feel very good. It also didn't feel good in the cup area. And believe it or not, a lot of hockey players today do not wear cups. And I don't understand why. I would say it's probably 70% do and 30% don't, because they say it makes them uncomfortable. Those two areas, and then the equipment I had in the 70s and early 80s, right where the collarbone is on your body, there wasn't a ton of padding right there. That hurt like hell if somebody hit the collarbone.
For me, it's the noggin area, especially with the older mask, where they where they didn't deflect, they absorbed.
Yeah, I got a lot of cuts from shots. The old mask, like Fuhr's mask, Michael Eates type mask. It started getting much better with the SK2000s. Those masks, it kind of rung your ears a little bit, but it didn't hurt near as much as those old Fuhr type masks and Michael Eates type masks. Those hurt. You'd get cuts on your faces and you would bleed. And
what do you think? I love their socks with thumbtacks.
We're a different breed. I got cut above my eye one time, and it should have been stitched up, and I just went in under the bench, and they took me to the side tunnel and put a bunch of butterfly Band-Aids on it.
Yeah.
And I never got it stitched up. It took up until about 12 years ago, the scar, you could really see it big time, but you could barely see it now.
Well, this is the end of 2. Shots are 17-12 in favor of St. Louis. What?
Ryan's comment.
Yeah, I seen that. Ovechkin is a pure goal scorer. I will agree with that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, no, they see him get in the same spot. They just can't protect it.
Yeah, I've never understood watching a team defend Ovechkin.
Oh, wow. Thomas should have got one there. Oh, wow. Thomas should have gotten one there. And so should Kaprizov.
Yeah,
Both
David
should have gotten one.
Yeah, it does have to do with much better. The gear's lighter and takes more punishment, but it protects you better. my pads before the game would weigh about 30 pounds.
Yeah.
29 to 30 pounds. After the game, because of all the melted ice and sweat, they weigh about 35 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
The ones today weigh ounces.
Yeah.
Those leg pads, you could pick them up and throw them around. They don't weigh hardly anything.
Yeah. Well, a power play goal by Jake Neighbors at 12:53 takes a tie game and puts it back to a 1-goal lead. Minnesota gets a goal at the 10:06 mark from a real unassisted, kind of a mistake. Blues break down defensively. Tell me if you haven't heard that before. And Andy McDonald called me crazy when I said I didn't wear a cup. Yeah, I would call you crazy. When I broke my wrist, someone reached down my pants and pulled mine out for me because I couldn't get my shorts. I couldn't get my shorts off.
That's great.
Right. Well, because you got to remember, I went into shock after I broke my wrist.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Right. I went into shock and was kind of out of it a little bit.
Was Chris Shockey there?
Huh?
Was Chris Shockey
Shock,
there?
were you there the day I broke my wrist? I don't think so.
Because if he was, you went through shock and then you had Shockey there. It was double shock.
I don't think Shockey was there.
Yes, David, I did get into a few.
I know who took it out. I'm just not going to say. No, yeah, you had a game later. Yeah. Who did you punch when you broke your wrist? The ice on the Plager rink.
He was skating, and the ice just kept ticking him off. So he just dove and just started beating the crap out of the ice.
Yeah, no. My warrior hockey career lasted all of 90 minutes.
Yeah, I remember when it happened, and he put it out on Twitter or Facebook, and I'm like, "Oh, he broke that. That looks so bad."
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
hey, it happens.
It's closer now. I mean, it's still. It's still tight. And the VA stopped my physical therapy because it wasn't getting better. Then they don't expect it to get better, and I haven't. What do you call it? I need to just get on the ice again and just start skating, and I'll probably need to swim, get some water therapy in it, and loosen up some of that scar tissue. I know there's a lot of scar tissue in it.
David says, I want to hear about Lance's goalie fight. Well, a lot of times they stop him. You might get a goalie and start skating around with him and pushing him around. I was taught years ago, even as a goalie, if you get into a fight, and this was back in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s, especially the 80s when I was old enough. I played when I was young. There wasn't a lot of fighting then, but when I got to be around a teenager, there was more pushing and shoving.
You weren't there when I broke my wrist. You came a week later. In fact, that was one of the reasons I ended up bringing you down. I wasn't 100% sold on bringing you down, but I brought you down because I broke my wrist and I couldn't lift anything. I only had one hand.
Oh, right. And also, David, back then the jerseys would come off. So I was taught by a coach in my late grade school, like 10, 11 for 13, how to rip a guy's jersey off and put it over his head so you can beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So the goalie took his glove off, his blocker off, his mask off, and come skating after me. And when he got to me, I grabbed him and pulled his jersey over his head and just stopped him from. Cause I had his jersey over his head and my arm over it, so he couldn't move his hands.
Yeah, I got in a fight with my fraternity brother in college. Unfortunately for me, he was a hockey player. First thing he did was grab my shirt. David, I kind of had a memory last night, and I was remember. Maybe you remember. Do you remember the riot we had at Kennard in '84, late '84? I started thinking about that. I was one of the injuries in that. I regret things that happen in that now. I really do.
Oh my.
I don't remember. See, I don't remember you getting taken. The only one that actually, so I didn't. The day it happened, I got sucker punched, and it was my fault. I said something, and the guy just sucker punched me, and he hit me hard, knocked me out. Well, the guy that hit me was white, so I don't think it was a. I don't think it was a race riot per se. I just think that all of us being in that small school, the 400 of us being in that small school, you put 400 teenagers in a school designed for 400 or less 10-year-old, 11 and 12-year-olds, you're gonna, there's tension that's gonna build up. And the guy that hit me, I ended up pressing charges on him, and I now regret that all these years later. Oh, so you weren't at the riot? You weren't at the riot? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
That's one thing I can say is I've never been to jail. I had a policeman pull me over one time, and he checked my record, and he goes, "I'm pulling you over just because one of your lights is dimmer and it looks like it might be going out."
Yeah.
So I gave him my license, and I guess I'd have been about 35 then.
Yeah.
He looks at me, he goes, is it right that you've never been to jail for anything, even a misdemeanor?" I said, "No, I've never been to jail." He says, "Well, that's getting less and less common." He goes, "Most people I pull over have at least been charged with something and spent at least a few hours in jail."
Yeah. No, never been in jail. Never been in jail. Never been charged with anything.
No, I'm not bragging. I was trying to think of some other names to come up with for your new article thing.
Yeah, the blog that I'm
Yeah,
thinking
and
of doing.
I can't. My mind is blank today. If I think of anything besides what you had, I'll let you know.
Yeah, no, I'm going to start it. I'm actually writing on the first the opening article of why I'm going to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's based off the question I asked. How do you find your voice if you're not sure you had one to begin with? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I started writing something today and got about 300 words in and then stopped because what I'd written in my head and what was coming out weren't the same thing. Can't tell now by guys' long hair, but we had military, and oh yeah, we did. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, you had to. Yeah.
And I've shown pictures of it.
Yeah.
And when everyone else had hair that looks like guys now, it actually did give me out of a few tickets to wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. Yeah. For me, David, high school was not a great time, and I'll admit that. And there was a lot of different things. High school, even for most of the people that I've talked to from that period, as great as our high school was, they had things going on in their family lives that made high school not a great experience.
Yeah.
And it's not, you're not talking about just one or two things.
Yeah.
You're talking about a lot of things going on in these guys' lives. And you had a lot of people in this school. We were in a magnet school.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the second most exclusive school in the city.
Mm-hmm.
The only school that was harder to get into than ours was one I got into was the Classical Academy.
Mm-hmm.
That was, the smart person school. I don't know how the hell I got into it, but I did. And
Ooh. That's terrible.
Yes, we did. I think he just got out of prison.
Wow.
Right? He was related to I'm not sure how he was related, but I know he was related to, at that time, a government official, and I won't say who it was. All right. Oh, they let him take ice. They take the ice. Oh, he can barely skate. Smart skid. He's like me. I had to march EMI a couple of times. Yeah. I won't say the guy's name, but yeah, that happened my freshman year. That went through the school like oh wow, man. That guy, he's one of those that slipped through the cracks that should have never gotten into our school.
Yep. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Probably. It sounds like it.
Yeah. Especially when you think about how exclusive our school was to get into.
Did they take him like? Did they take certain charity cases so many per year?
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Can we get third period stats just real quick, please? Yeah, you know I like my stats. Okay, we can do that. Oh wow. That would definitely affect me.
Whew.
Yeah. Third period stats. The Blues, when they are leading after 2, have an incredible record of 22, 1, and 0. Minnesota, when trailing after 2, is 4-19 and 2. The Blues could actually pick up points. I say that, knock on wood. I just lost my thought process here. Man, I'm
gonna be back with you in a little bit. I'm gonna be back with you in a little bit. I got a few things I got to do.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thanks, guys. See you.
Bye, bud. Minnesota in the third is -7. Or no. -11. And the Blues are -3. So that bears well for us. They give up a lot of shots, but take a lot of shots. We give up a lot of shots and don't take as many. So, I mean, there you go. That's the best I can do for the stats. I did take a short bus. I actually took a cab for a while. No, not to, yeah, did I? No, I took a cab home. I didn't take a cab to school. I had the best bus stop. I had the best bus stop. Right? I actually had the best bus stop. It was my front driveway. My bus stop was my front driveway. The bus came right down to my driveway. Stopped right in front of my mailbox. Thanks, Russ. Hey, man, I am so happy for you. Russ is cancer-free and in remission. I saw that on your page. Really, really, heart goes out to you, man. Glad that you're feeling better, bud. Thank you. Yep, that must have been me, bud. Blues are 1 for 5 on the power play. That sucks. I'm really happy for you, Russ. Hey, Gloria, how are you doing? Oh, Russ, send me a message later. I want to send you something. As Gloria comes in, it reminds me of something. Points are at a premium. I will agree with that. How am I doing fantasy-wise today? No. Let's see. Got to do a refresh to be fresh here. No, it's not showing. I think I'm 15-4-7. Yay, me! Really need Bennington to win this game today. Oh, I need him to win this game. Something fierce. Fierce. Need some pluses, but I ain't gonna do me any good today. I'm -2. Marcia's odds -1 on me. I'm just looking at my fantasy stuff. Not sure what that is. Oh. Okay, I know what that is now. Guys, I'll be right back. I got to use the restroom. Oh, that's cool. Be right back. Guy needs a haircut. Yeah, I'm getting there. Here we go. I think, maybe, sort of, kind of. Chocolate covered almond. Wow. I can't even explain what happened just there. Wow. Way to go. That should have been a tie game. Jason, we can't worry about other teams, man. Just us. I'm not worried about what other teams are doing. Oh my goodness. Did I lose Facebook? Nope. Wow, man, only one time today. Yay me! Been a heavy game, that's for sure. Hits are 15-16 in favor of them, but not by, I mean, it's close. It's been a heavy hitting game. Five road games coming up, all East Coast games. Here's Sonny. Got tipped, man. Every time we've had a couple of breakers, and they've just been, we're not good at them. I'm wondering if the Blues move on for Prunovich. I can see it happening. You guys still here with me, or did you all go away? Did I lose you? Nope, still got some of you. Yay me! Thank you, E. Come on, Thomas, do something with the puck. There you go. Take it deep. Oh man, nobody in the center. Oh, nice move, neighbors. See, that's what we need more of. Then we're 5 going the other way against 2. I honestly don't know. A one-time shot would be the thing that I think they're missing the most. A good one-time shot. Did I lose you again? I don't think so. I am going to be starting a writing blog here very shortly. Just working on some of the stuff that I need to do it. There's a couple in it. The problem with Get a Load of This Guy is for blogs, it's been taken, it's been used. And my fear is that it makes people think of that it's something to do with Friends, and it's not. Well, it is, but it's not that Friends. There were a couple of them that I really liked. I'd have to go back and look. There was one that really like stood out to me. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Like I said, there was one that really, really, really stood out to me. Um, I liked Deep Thoughts. Guy Speaks His Mind. I like that one. WTF Guy. What's Up with This Guy? That's the one that I really liked. Right? Some Guy's Musings was a good one. Those are the ones that that are like at the top of my thing. To Get a Load of This Guy, because of that's connection to Friends makes it harder. Looks like the Blues are going on the penalty kill. Falk for tripping. So those are the ones that are on there. I mean, it's not that I don't like Get a Load of This Guy. It's just that it's been, it's the connection to it, right? That right there, at One Timer by Boldy, that's what we're missing. You almost never see a one timer by the Blues. Almost never see it, and that is how you score goals on the power play. That one timer will give you goals, and that's what the Blues are missing. Minute and 10 to go in the power play, or the penalty kill. There you go. That one timer. I mean, that makes a tough save. Bennington makes it. Yeah, really good kill, I think. But you need to score another goal here. Oh, nice there. Nice tip there, Pareko. Oh, I get it. I do get it. I do get it. It's just, it's the connection of it. If it wasn't connected to something else, it would have been perfect. But the connection to Friends doesn't feel, I don't know. And then, when I looked it up, the website is open, but the blog has been taken. The other one that I just thought of, like, based on what David just said, how about he said what? Or Guy said what? Guy said what? I kind of like that. That's not a bad one. Guy said what? Blues going back on the penalty kill. Well, the strategy is just me writing my writings, and I'm gonna write. One of the things that I thought about doing was, I see, some writers, they get pigeonholed. They write one type of thing. I was going to ask people that read the blog to submit once a week suggestions for something they want me to write about, and then I would try and come up with a 1,000 to 2,500 word story based on what they wanted, right? And that's kind of where I'm coming with that, right? One of the things that I was writing or working on, the where this all comes from is, writers are storytellers, plain and simple, right? Doesn't matter, they're storytellers. Well, one of the first books that I ever got was by Lawrence Sanders. There's one of two books, because I read them both. It was either I think the second or third commandment, or no, pardon me, the second deadly sin. I think that was it. I think it was the second deadly sin, or it might have been the third, but I think it was the second, or it was 10 Commandments. They were both pretty new books. Lawrence Sanders was a pretty proficient writer, but Lawrence Sanders is a lot like me. He was 50 years old when he started writing, right? And for me, that reading that book, those books that I pretty much remember what they were about, led me to start telling myself stories. But my stories usually had a beginning and a middle, never had an end. Oh, Blues are on the power play. Okay, I thought I went the other way. My bad. Screwed that up. Thank you, David. No one-timer. Watch. You will not see the Blues take a one-timer. Right? Kyrou doesn't take the one-timer there. Thomas there. Krug doesn't. Thomas doesn't. nobody in a slot or in a spot. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Wow. How does that not go in? Oh my goodness, what? Wow. It's a little bit of both, but you never see, when the lane is set up, they still don't do the one-timer. There were plenty of opportunities to do it, and they didn't. So it's kind of both there, bud. Now that energized the crowd. See, the passing lane, they're working on the passing lanes, but no one's getting in that spot to do a one-timer. There was a one-timer by Sundquist. Yeah, I know you weren't arguing with me. I was just letting you know. He is trying to do everything to get that puck. Oh wow, he just that was just pure. Sonny took that one-timer. Oh yeah, he was the Flower was fantastic there. 1 for 6 on the power play. That's just makes you, I mean, you go, oh, they scored a power play goal, then you realize they had 6 chances. Yeah, you're going to score on a 1 for 6. They need this win, that's for sure. They absolutely need this win. Which Davies takes one high. Backdoor feed got tipped there. I'm not sure there, David, what you're saying, bud. Am I being crazy for not being hateful? Kyrou didn't shoot, or is that the jackass? Kyrou did shoot. Something's going on. Somebody had too many men on the ice. Might have been the Blues, who had too many men on the ice. I will see here in a moment. Un momento. See if it comes up. The Wild had it, so they're not going to be able to pull the goalie. Just checking some things here real quick. A big shout out to those watching. I can't say who everyone is because I don't know, but I got likes today from Aaron Coulter, Jason Nickel, Ashley Jones, Ryan Green, John Jeffrey, Patty Parks, David A.C. Jason McMillan, and E. Guido, Ashley Jones. Thank you. Got Ryan Green's over there on YouTube. Not sure who else is on YouTube at the moment. Again, unless they comment, I don't get to see it. Michael Edwards, how you doing? Wild got too many men. Thank you. I talked about that. I don't know if the Wild are bad on the PK. I'd have to take a look. Yeah, Wild are bad on the PK. On the road, they're 24th. Currently, they are 1 for 7 on the power play. Good move, Sundqvist there. That support there. Somebody getting a spot for a one-timer. Oh, nice tip by Saad there. Oh, and then Shin blows it. That was a nice little soft touch by Saad. Thank you all for staying with me through all the troubles. I appreciate it. Oh, wow. That just so short of going in. Yeah, you're kind of right there, David. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that is, but it shouldn't be like that. 3:08. They're going to pull the goalie soon. Probably right around under 2 minutes, somewhere under 2 minutes. Dante's Inferno says, refs handed us this game. Handed us this game on a silver platter, and we didn't convert. We're winning, but it should be like 4-1. I agree with that one. Good call there, Dante's Inferno. Kind of a nail biter, Eric. Thank you for talking on Twitter. I appreciate that. Nice to see Twitter getting some use. Appreciate it. Flower playing like a beast. Well, they got a good cycle going. Wasting that clock. Wasting that clock. Fleury's on the bench. Time to close this out. Neighbors fired it at the net. Six on four until Shin gets back into play. There he is. Minute to go. People on their feet. Game over. Not sure if that was Shin or Falk. Big win. Krug. Okay. Kaprizov's mad about something. Give us the happy dance. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. There you go, bud. Yeah, good win. I will agree with that. It should have been a lot worse. Well, I mean, we should have destroyed them, but we got to figure we need a one-timer on the power play. That's what we need. One-timer on the power play, because we don't have it, and it affects us. That one-timer is where you get the net front presence stuff. That's where the net front presence pays off. Uh-oh, they might be challenging something. No, they called timeout. Thank you, David. Appreciate it. Thank you, Eliza. Didn't know you were still with us. Thank you. Three-one Blues. Krug unassisted. Three stars, not as tricky as you think. I think it's going to be, for me, First star is Bennington. Second star is probably going to be Neighbors. And third star, I got to kind of look at the score sheet because it's going to be. Oh, I think Falk could get my third star. Four blocks or 4 shots blocked. 6 attempts, 2 hits. Take away a block shot. Yeah, maybe. 16.9 seconds to go. We'll stay on for the 3 stars. That's it. There we go. 3-game winless streak snapped. Beat the Wild 3-1. Let's see who the 3 stars are. Yeah, I forgot about the dumb penalty, so maybe not Falk. I don't know. Other than that, it might be, I guess you could go with Thomas or Krug. Krug had 2 points. Krug had 2 points. So third star's Krug. He's coming up. Let's see. Here we go. 3 stars of the game are Krug, third star. Ooh, I got it. Tui Krug, got it. I got third star right. I got 2-star right. Woohoo! I'm getting good at this. See if I get the first one. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Yep. Got them all 3. Got them all 3. I did change. My original third star was Falk. I changed it to Krug. Good win tonight, huh, Lance?
Yeah, Falk didn't deserve a star. He had 2 bad penalties.
Yeah, that's what someone else brought up. I was just looking at stats real quick and oh, Benny chucked that. Oh, did he chuck that? Let's see what he's got to say here. He passed Cujo for most wins. All right. Out of town scoreboard, I guess Nashville ends up beating the Avalanche 5-1, so they kept pace with it. But we still have 2 games in hand. Don't forget that. We still have 2 games in hand on them. Pretty sure it's 2 games in hand, right? Or 1 game in hand. Let me see. It might be 2 games in hand.
I can't remember if it's 1 with them and 1 with LA or.
Hold on, I'll tell you real quick. We have 2 games in hand on with them. If they, 6, I think 2 games in hand with them, and 1 game in our. The Kings have a game in hand on us.
Yep. That's
But
right.
we're 5 points behind the Kings.
Yep.
And I don't know if that counts today's wins or not. I don't think so.
Yeah, because sometimes the league doesn't update them till like 9,
Yeah.
10, 11 o'clock at night.
It all depends, but I can tell you here real quick. 63. Nope, it's updated.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's updated because it had us at 65 points. Yeah, it's updated.
Well, they did what they had to do. They played good enough to get a win.
Yep.
I thought they played well in most aspects of the game. There was a few times where they kind of let Minnesota get, too fancy and do too much stuff in the offensive zone. But overall, I thought they played pretty well.
Yeah, well, the thing is, what it's going to come down to is you got a five-game road trip coming up.
Yep,
You have got to win 4 of those 5.
that I agree.
You have to win 4 of those 5. Plain and
Yep.
simple.
Plain
If you
and
don't win
simple.
4 of those 5, you got to have a winning road trip first of all. So 3 out of 5. But it more than likely you got to have the 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Right? So I really think that it comes down to that, getting that 4 out of 5. Honestly, do the Blues really have a chance at this wild card? Yes. Realistically, yes, but it's not easy. It's not an easy road. They have a realistic chance.
Yeah, they're not only going to have to play very good, but the teams in front of them are going to have to falter a little bit.
They gave up. They gave up some distance that they had.
That loss
moment
against
is costing them.
Yeah, that loss against Nashville killed them.
Yeah. Well, no, not just the loss against Nashville. That 5-game that 5-game spread there where they only got 3 points killed them.
Yeah, but
right?
I was talking about trying to beat teams that are in your division, and
But it had a lot to do with that.
Yeah, it was that whole
yeah. So, well, guys, next game is Tuesday. That's probably when I'll be back. Might start doing Uber again, try and earn me some money. I think we got a Tuesday, Thursday. Oh, and now Tuesday and Thursday, the games are on Hulu and ESPN.
Yep.
One of them is not on ESPN Plus. One is. So be aware of that. I think Bally's off for a couple of games. I can tell you that here in just a second. So I know we play again on Tuesday. That's against the Islanders, and that is on Hulu and ESPN Plus. And then we play on Thursday, and that's against the Devils. That's an ESPN game. That will not be on ESPN Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think we play the following Saturday. We were in New York against the Rangers. That is back on Bally. Then we get some time off coming up after that, I think. I know we play on the 16th, we played the Minnesota here again in 2 weeks, but after that, I think we get a little bit of a break. No, we play I forgot it. We have the Kings at home, I think. Yeah, the Kings at home on the 13th. And that and then on Monday we play the Bruins in Boston. Monday the 11th. So got a little bit of some breaks here. Just got to win these games. Between now and we play Minnesota again, we got to win these games. Plain and simple. Two dads night for all the road trips. Oh, they already done their dad's trip. Yeah. 8 in a row. Yeah, they're playing hot hockey right now. I thought they were going to fall off, and they did the exact opposite. Well, Lance, thanks for showing up, man. I'm going to call it a day.
Yep.
Thank you all. We'll talk later. This is Guy saying aloha mahalo, and we'll see you next time on the Blue Note Fan Report. Bye.